Welcome back, everybody. So I brought everything I've got so far down here. Ignore the mixer, that's for the podcast. So this transmission I bought, I'm actually kind of happy that it came with all these little cut-off bits because it gives me more information, and I could potentially work with this as well for the custom drive shaft if the front section of the 126 shaft doesn't fit on this properly, which it will. This is still a 96 mil Guibo, same as like every ZF and a BMW, yada yada yada. There is my organic clutch set. This is a C230 compressor OE clutch. The flywheel is custom, of course. It's got some cat hair on it now, so it's extra custom. But this right here bolts to the M117 or M119 starter ring gear and to the back of the crankshaft. And then I've got my pilot bearing, and all that should work just fine with this. So this is a 2005 C230 compressor manual trans from a W203. The later V6 ones apparently don't fit this kit. We'll see. I don't know. I have one of those as well, but they are internally identical. What I've been doing today, I ripped all this off. It looks like the shifter stuff, I can just straight up use BMW shifter stuff, which is nice. I'm going to chassis mount the actual shifter carrier to the car. I'm not sure if I've got clearance for this because it sticks up a bit, but not worried about that at all. I'm going to shave that off. Again, I have an entire rear section from a C300 trans, which I'm not going to use anyway. I've been checking this out. I can't find one of these clutch lines from a 203 at all, but I just went and grabbed one of my E46 clutch lines, and wouldn't you know it, it looks completely identical. So I think that will do the trick. Pop that in there. So yeah, this is just a E46 non-M clutch soft line. I think that'll work just great. So got my M10 threaded thingy right there. Just get some hard line. And I'm not actually sure in the 115 where that clutch line normally comes down. Looks like probably right through there. So I don't think it'll be too bad. Again, this car was originally a stick, so I'm anticipating it should be okay. And now that I look at this, actually, I think the front section's a bigger diameter on the 126. I may very well have to grab my original 240D drive shaft and get that one modified. Huh. This looks like almost the V8 size. I'll have to measure it. But anyway, it has the Corvette C5 style release bearing. Bearing feels okay, so I'm going to use it. These are not super expensive to replace, but this is a genuine Mercedes piece, so I can't really think of any reason why I would have to change it out. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't actually know they used the steamer loco. I always thought they had a diesel pushing. Yeah, California Zephyr. Oh, they do have a diesel pushing, but it's an old one. Cool. Anyway, so yeah, I don't actually know if Mercedes makes this or not. I'm inclined to think that they don't, because this shares a lot with a ZF Trans. So I'm not sure. It's got Mercedes stamped all over it, but I think I'll be able to use a combination of a lot of original 240D stuff and then a lot of BMW parts to get this installed. I just hope it fits. It's got a pretty good taper to it, so I'm optimistic it will. It's going to be a tight fit, but I do think that'll work, even if I have to kick up this piece a little bit just to get it over the Guibo. Maybe I'll put the Guibo back on and see what we got for clearance there. Well, good news. It's so far offset, even on the side, we have some clearance. So this is an 87 325i shifter piece, slots right in. The Mercedes one's got quite the kick to it, so I could continue to use that. we'll see. You know, I could just weld this portion to it. So I'm not getting rid of that. And honestly, I'm going to order these in the future for all my BMW needs. This is such a better design than this clip that's normally over top and then this little dowel right here. So I don't like the BMW design at all. Mercedes, this is great. Good job on that. There's a better view of the destroyed fuel line. I should have dealt with it the other day because I didn't realize it's, of course, a gravity siphon. So I got here and it's still slowly dripping out. Who knows how much of that tank has just been emptying onto the floor. I will still be changing out the fuel pump, but not right now. I don't want to deal with even more of a mess. Yeah. Fuel filter I'll probably do at the same time just because I have extras somewhere around here. It's just a standard E30 unit. Well, maybe that's actually for a Benz. I'm positive. They're all the same crap. But that all looks okay. I did order fuel lines. I ordered new tie rod, inners and outers. So these are, they don't look awful, but ordered a drag link too. I just don't know what's loose. I do have a manual non-assisted steering box as well, but I don't think I'm going to be pulling the engine right now, and it is necessary to pull the engine to change the steering box now, of course, since it's a V8. Anyway, there's another update, but yeah, we are certainly making progress. There's a later E46 style one, which I'm sure would work too. But yeah, I will be using a combination of weird BMW and Mercedes stuff to get this in there. I'm just hoping that all that shit bolts up to the engine and it fits. I talked to the people when I ordered it, and I'm like, this is exactly what I got. I got a 76 Mercedes 240D, and it's got an M117 E55 in it. And they're like, yeah, as long as it's an alloy block 117, you should be good. So we will see. I will be working on it because, I don't know, I hate broken cars, and in my mind, this is almost as broken as the 1600. So, hey, yep. Keep your fingers crossed, because this car with a 6-speed is going to be really cool.